What's up, y'all? This is DJ Allo.
And this is Tiara the Realtor.
And welcome back to Adulting with the Huangs.
And today we're going to talk about our brokerages and why we ended up where we did. So if you're interested in finding out where we hang our license here in the state of Texas, stay tuned. If you guys are here, you are interested in knowing where we have decided to call home as far as real estate, which broker we decided to go with. And yeah, so you ready to hop in it?
Yeah, so when we got in the real estate game at first, we were at the same brokerage everywhere we went. Like we switched about 4 times. And yeah, we've been together this whole time for the past 2.5 years, but we both decided to go on our separate ways because Tiara is with this high-end brokerage that has nothing but beautiful women and these high-class bougie people, and I am not bougie, so you know I'm comfortable. I'll say that.
Let me add, first off, it's not just women at my brokerage. We have men too, but it is a little bit more of a requirement for someone to be a little bit more active. And Alan, he does real estate as for like basically fun. He enjoys it, but he's not one that just goes out and try to, get clients. And it's not like his passion, like it is mine.
At all.
And so it's my passion, but he enjoys doing it. It's just not his passion. So he's not going to market for it. He's not going to go in a room and start a conversation about real estate. Whereas at my brokerage, it's a lot hands-on. You have to, really be committed, and you really have to have a passion for it because it is all things real estate. And Alan he has many hats, and we both do, but his many hats, he has more of a passion for DJing, and that's where he thrives. And yeah, I mean, he's doing phenomenal. And like real estate is just like, hey, if you have a friend that's interested in buying or selling their home, he takes them up. And of course they have me in his corner because regardless of what brokerage we're with, we're going to always be a team. So that's not going to stop. So if you get me, you get him. If you get him, you get me.
Don't get it twisted. Even though DJing is my #1 priority, I can still close the deal.
Oh, he's closed several. So, and if he ever gets stuck on something, or he's like, babe, I know you've been in the market, actively in the market, like what's going on with this and that, and hey, at the end of the day, this is the same house. So I'm going to make sure it's done right. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So we started out at a small boutique brokerage called A Realty. Is it only here in Houston? It's boutique. It's only here in Houston, and boutique just means small. So it's a small boutique brokerage here in Houston called A Realty. We were there for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was the very first agent, and shortly after that, he recruited the broker, which is Amir. He recruited Alan. Well, of course, because at one point I was like, listen, we are a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
But then, we'll talk about that later. So yeah, so then he recruited Alan shortly after. And yeah, we learned so much from Amir, contracts and all that stuff. But because we were brand new agents, I was like, hey, I want to go to a brokerage that is, large and that specializes in training. Because not saying that A Realty did not specialize in training, but literally any type of small brokerage, and I was the very first agent. So you have to understand there's growing pains, right? It's a brand new brokerage, brand new. Okay, so that means you're not going to get all the fancy software tools. You're not going to get all the exposure. I mean, it's just, you would have to basically, in my opinion, and again, this is my opinion. If you disagree, please comment below. But in my opinion, with smaller boutique brokerages, I feel like you have to kind of already have a clientele with you. starting off. You're gonna have to already have some clientele because it's already a brand new brokerage. You're a brand new realtor. If you try to gain a client, first question they're gonna ask is, how long have you been doing real estate? And then you tell them, oh, 4 months. And then they're like, oh, well, what company are you with? And you say this name they've never heard of. They're like, she's not credible or he's not credible because they don't know you. You have nothing backing you. So you have no referrals at this point. It's still fairly new. However, within those 4 months, I did close on a deal. I did gain an investor client, and I also had a lease and about 2 or 3 apartments. So I did pretty good starting off, but it still wasn't that exposure that I wanted. I was getting more rentals and more apartments, which I love. That's how I started. And I have another, we talked about that on an old video on how I got into real estate, but I wanted to really get into the buying and selling. Like that's what I wanted to go. And I realized that I needed a big name behind me, which is why we went to
Keller Williams Memorial.
Yes. So we loved Keller Williams Memorial. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Keller Williams Memorial.
Great training. It was great training. We were there for about a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
A year.
Mm-hmm.
I closed my first house with them. When I was with Grade A, I did a lot of rentals and apartments. But Keller Williams, man, they are a machine. As far as training, they got classes, they got coaches. But the reason why we left there was because they were just the specific Keller Williams we were at. They were taking too much money, and every split is different. When you're a new agent, they give you a certain split. It's usually 70-30. And the one thing that we were like, man, we need to leave because they're taking too much money was they have this like 6% random brokerage fee that has nothing to do with anything. It's just because it's the name Keller Williams. So they take extra 60%. So if you're getting a 70-30 split, you're actually getting 64 and they're getting 36%. So that we were just like 64%, man, we could do way better. So, we were there for about a year. We negotiated, better splits and all that, but it was just finally time to leave. And when we left, we went to EXP for like 1 month.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. I wanted to go to EXP because it was like this virtual world and you can get help. You have your little avatar. You can walk around. You can play soccer in the little avatar world.
It was perfect for Alan because Alan is a gamer. So it was perfect for him. I understand his reasoning behind wanting to go to EXP, but she had a bunch of problems when we first signed on. Like she couldn't get nothing switched over. It was really hard to get in contact with someone. Impossible.
Like the thing is with Keller, they have this ALC hotline where you can call and just get advice anytime, usually until like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. at night. But with EXP, we had to email people, and if I'm trying to close on something, I have a question that I need to answer now to my clients. It's like, all right, send us an email and we'll get back to you. It's kind of like, I'm not trying to wait for you to get back to me. I need to know, what should I do now? And just little stuff like that. When we first got there, we were there for like a month and she hated it. So I was just like, okay, we can move around.
But wait, babe, you're missing a big portion. EXP is like a cloud, and it's like a university. It's a game. So you would have to go log on to a desktop. I don't think you can do it on your phone. You had to literally log on your, we have a Mac. So on your MacBook, you have to log on. So when you're logging on, you have to go into the world, and it's like a university. Then you have to take a ticket, go into this office. And talk through your computer, and that's if
her mic was not working. I remember that her mic would not work.
I would have to talk to them through Alan's. Crazy enough, my mic worked on for everything else, for everything I ever needed it to do. It's done. get with EXP, mic not working. Okay, that was like sign number one. Then they put in this, you know, you can go to get like a work order ticket or like a IT room, and then they like set me up to talk on the EXP platform. Then a couple of weeks after that, stopped working again. I had to do the same thing over. I was trying to get information. I had a closing. I hated how their paperwork, how you had to send their paperwork off just to get your closing disclosures and all that, all those paperwork. First off, let's just say, I am not a brick and mortar type girl. I don't necessarily need like walls in an office, right? I don't necessarily need it because, as we all know with realtors, I mean, your office could be Starbucks, your office could be the car, your office could be anywhere. So I don't necessarily need the brick and mortar. But if I need a question answered, I need to be able to at least pick up the phone and get a response. Like, so the fact that I couldn't do that was very stressful for me. And I am not like the type of person that if I have one question, I'm not gonna wait 24 hours for you to respond to say yes or no. Like, I need to be able to go like this, got it, boom, that's it. Or go like this, okay, got it. So yeah, so that was EXP for me. Hated it.
With that being said, she was like, hell no, we moving around. And she found a great brokerage called Remax Generation. It's here in the Humble, Atascocita area. We were there for about a year. We loved it there. Their splits and deals was great.
Yes.
Like, I'm honestly surprised we left, but it was a great experience. They're very nice. The deals were just amazing. So
it was nice. It was something that I wanted to do. We bought a house in Balmoral. Shout out to Balmoral. So we bought a house in Balmoral, which is in Humble, Atascocita area, and it's literally
down the street.
Yeah, our brokerage was down the street. There is a lot of pros to Remax Generation, a lot of pros to it. I mean, like he said, it was a hard decision for us to leave. One of the reasons why I decided to leave is I'm all about
marketing.
Yes, but I'm all about marketing. I'm also about advancing my career, you know, becoming better and better. So now that it's like, okay, cool. I got a boutique brokerage out the way. Boop, check that off. You know, I have that experience. I had Keller Williams. Whoop, you know, I got that experience. I got Remax. Yeah. And I loved Remax. It, you know, like I said, the splits were great. But they were a little old school in some of the ways that they did stuff that I didn't quite agree with. And their marketing was a little dated. I feel personal, me just putting that out there. If I'm wrong, comment below. You know, every Remax is different. So I felt like it's more catering to like an older crowd, an older generation, maybe, you know, I would say maybe a second time home owner. You know what I mean? Not necessarily first time homeowners. My market is more, I would say like 25 to 40s. And I felt like Remax catered more to like maybe like the 40 plus. And not that that is a bad thing, but you have to base it off of what do you generate. And so when I started looking back at my clientele, and I had to be like, hey, clearly this is my market, right? Because you gotta make sure you fit within your market. So I was like, hey, this market likes, you know, social media. This market like pictures. This market like, you know, drones and all this stuff. And not saying that I couldn't get that with Remax, but it wasn't like something that they did or gave to their agents. So my decision to leave was pretty much that. But everything else about them were great. It was just, it stopped like basically helping my business.
If I can add to that, Remax, Keller Williams, these are big name brokerages. This is like Apple and Tesla. Like this is like the top notch brokerages in America. Shoot. So with that being said, there's some fees in there that cost a lot. So here in Houston, Texas, we have HAR, Houston Association of Realtors, and we pay $469 a year to use their resources, and that's you being with any brokerage, you know. On top of that, Remax has a fee for using their brokerage. It's like $450 a year. So
annually, yeah.
That
In addition
that was
to,
crazy. Like $450 a year.
In addition to
like
the hard fees and, you know,
Yes.
all your quarterly dues and all that good stuff. I mean, like, in addition to all of that, like, they had that big fee.
That was my big thing. I was just like, man, we're paying too much on this. Like, other brokerages are not paying this kind of money. Like, who's paying annually $450 something else that's not hard, you know, because you're paying $469 at hard annually, and then you got to pay this. So
and then you have a split that you have to pay too. It's like
you still got to pay the split.
And the thing is, yeah, you're like, well, hell, if you're doing, if you're making good money and you're doing, you know, the thing, why does it matter? And the thing is, if you realize that you're the reason you're getting your own clients, you're doing your own marketing, getting your own clients, paying for your own marketing material. You're doing all of this yourself. They're not doing anything for you. So you're like, well, why am I paying all of this money? And every client that I've received has come from me being me selling myself, referrals from other clients who work with me and can speak on my behalf. People that follow me on social media. Heck, I get majority of my clients, I'll say 60% of my clients come from social media, 40% of my clients come from referrals. And I'm trying to get that to switch, or at least 50-50. But, you know, it's nothing like somebody advocating for you saying, hey, she got me a deal on her house. Like, you need to use her. So, I mean, just saying Keller or Remax, they didn't do any of that for me. Like, they never gave me a client.
So you go for the training, you know, you got to learn the ropes. But once you get that and you get in this game for a while, you start realizing like, hey, these people are coming for me, not for the name behind me. So once you get to that certain point in your real estate career, you know, you're going to think of moving on to a either smaller brokerage or a newer brokerage. So with that being said, she has moved on to
Next Gen Real Estate.
Why did you choose that?
So I want to shout out to my broker, Julia Huang. She is like, I'm sure y'all know her. Julia is a beast. I mean, first off, when we went on our it's kind of like an interview. So when we went on our interview, her presence, the question she asked, it was just straight up like, we are not a traditional brokerage. So if you're looking for that traditional brokerage training, all that stuff, wrong place. She is all about, you work with new construction clients, I'm your girl. You want to get into this high-end business, I'm your girl. Like, she's all about the marketing. She's all about social media. She's all about everything that I'm trying to cater to. My clientele, my niche, that's her niche. And she wants all of the, I know Alan say the bougie realtors, no, but she wants all of the top producing realtors in Houston. And if you're already producing at that level, all she's going to do is level you up. And since I've been there, I cannot say enough. I love it. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, in order to be the best, you got to put in a lot of work. And she is going to give us all kind of tools to be as good as we want to be. And she's going to make sure we're checking in. She's going to hold you accountable. You talk about accountability. Like, this is the accountability that you need. Just the way that she pushes her agents, the marketing that she gives us all, the tools, the deals that she gives us. It's just, and not deals in the sense of, she doesn't give you necessarily a client, but she gives you the tools that she uses. She gives you her, like, this is, I'm talking about $1 million listings. How did I get them one-on-one, step by step? Like, she molds you into a mini her, but with your own twist. And I'm not going to lie, since I've been there, like, my phone does not stop ringing. And I'm not saying that she has given me a client, because and she let that be known. She doesn't do that, right? But if you do what she tells you to do, you're going to naturally get there. And I have been actively doing what she has instilled in us. And I'm not gonna lie, it works. I mean, her formula, everything about it. I mean, just know, I love my next gen. Next gen. Let me do my Julia pose.
All right. Anyway, I did not go to Next Gen Real Estate, but I actually went back to Grade A, where we originally started. But now, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm looking for. Amir Sharif is a great broker. He showed me the game. He's very caring. He's very reliable. I can call him anytime. He'll pick up the phone. And as far as like splits and monthly fees, it works out better for me. Like I said earlier in this video, DJing is my passion, not real estate. I got into real estate because of her, but I've enjoyed this ride ever since, and I'm very appreciative that Amir gave me another chance to join his team, and I can't wait to succeed there.
Yeah. And like I said before, guys, regardless as to where you go, at the end of the day, it just has to benefit you as an agent. There's so many different brokerages out there. That's why you go for the training, you get the experience. And then once you become you, and once you learn your niche, once you learn like your clientele, then you can really go out and choose the brokerage for you. I mean, there's so many out there. You need to feel the culture, the vibe. I mean, and you need to ask yourself, are they adding value to me? Are they adding value to my business? And if you can say yes, and there may be other questions you have to ask, but if you can say yes to all of those questions, then guess what? That's where you need to be.
Yeah, don't forget, like I said, once you get in this game, the clients come for you. Always remember that. They don't come to you because you're with, Remax or Keller or Caldwell or Century, what is it?
Century 21.
Century 21, yeah. They don't come to you for that. They come to you because they're like, I need a realtor and I know you. So keep that in mind. If you're paying these super high fees, I would definitely ask around and see if you could get a better situation for yourself. It's just worked out for the better for us. And, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is a very long video.
It is.
But, we just thought we might let y'all know our journey. No one has told us anything. This is all from our personal experience.
Yes.
So thank you guys if you've gotten this far. Hopefully we've given you some game.
Hey.
You could do your research. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yes, and then lastly, everything is negotiable. Okay, everything is negotiable. You can negotiate with any brokerage you want to be with. If you're with Keller right now and you don't want to leave because you don't like change, negotiate your split. Especially if you've been there and you've been producing. We did it. We were able to negotiate. Our split is durable. Same with Remax.
You gotta put in the work though. If you're not doing nothing, then you don't have much skin in the game. So
keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
But anyway, you guys, so
like and subscribe.
Okay, on that note.
On that note,
okay.
Like and subscribe. Stay tuned. We're dropping videos every week.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. See you guys next time.
Peace.